Alright, hello again. This is my part 2 to my little play-by-play from what I've written in my notebook about Drag Me to Hell. Now I'm going to tell you again, there's tons of spoilers in this, so if you don't want to, know about Drag Me to Hell, then I'd say stop watching now. Okay. So as I said, we're at the part where the bug goes up her nose, and it's stage 2, the second day of the Lammas tormenting this woman. So essentially the girl goes and to the old woman's house, and needless to say, she finds out from her daughter that she died that night, I guess right after she beat the fuck out of this bank teller. And she tries, the bank teller tries to talk to the dead woman's corpse, and with that, the corpse attacks her, and it's really funny. She it's grabbing at her hair, like her hand just kind of goes there, and it's like, and it's just really funny. Totally Sam Raimi, you know his kind of where he goes with it. So then she goes back to the Indian guy. The Indian guy says, maybe you should try sacrificing an animal to appease the Lammas demon. And she's like, alright. Then she gets attacked again when she's at home. She gets shit totally fucked up, dude. She gets thrown into a closet, and her whole bedroom just gets destroyed with a bunch of crazy shit. Then she tries to sacrifice this little kitten that she owns. Just kind of funny, and can kind of not, because all you see her goes like kitty, kitty, kitty with a knife, and then the kitty essentially becomes Chinese food, and it gets buried in the backyard. With that, next scene comes. She thinks everything's hunky-dory. She goes to her boyfriend's parents' house to meet them for the first time, and they're eating cake. Everything's fine. She goes to take a bite of her cake, and the old woman's cataract eye comes out of the cake and staring her down, and she's all stabbed with the fork, and all this blood comes out, and pus and greatness. And the other three don't know what's going on. They're just like, oh, we're eating cake. She's like, oh my god, what's happening? And then the Lammas team's banging on this door, all this crazy sounds happening. And then she eventually freaks out, and she's like, I hear you, I fucking hear you, stop it, fucking hear you. Then she goes back to the Indian guy, and the Indian guy says, I found this old woman that could help you, possibly get the curse off you. So she goes and finds this, goes and meets the woman, and it's the woman from the beginning of the movie that tried to help the little Mexican boy, and that didn't turn out too well. So they have this seance type thing, where it's the psychic woman that I just spoke about, the old woman, the bank teller lady, the Indian seeker guy, and then an assistant to the old woman that's there. And they start summoning the Lammas, and with that, they want to put the Lammas into this goat. So then when they're gonna kill the goat, and then the curse will be lifted, and everything will be fine. I'm not going to ruin this scene. This is the one scene I'm not going to ruin, because this scene is for Evil Dead fans. I'm not going to mention anything about this scene, because this scene is totally for everything for Evil Dead fans. Especially if you like the demons part, especially in Evil Dead 2. Any of the demon parts in Evil Dead 2, this scene is totally for you. I'm not going to ruin anything, but needless to say, at the end of the whole seance, she still has the curse on her. That's all I'm going to say. And the Indian guy's still alive. So at the end, at the end of that session, the Indian guy does the obvious thing, which I thought of in the beginning of it. Why don't you go and do it ring style and pass on the curse to somebody else and give the button to somebody else as a gift? I thought of this about 15-20 minutes into the movie. It took about 70 or so minutes to, for this to be said. Needless to say, she tries to give it to this jerk guy that's at her work, but she has a good heart, and she's like, no, this guy doesn't, no, I'm not going to give it to him. But then she has the bright idea of thinking that, oh hey, I'll give it to the gypsy woman, the dead one, the one that attacked her. And the Indian guy's like, since the soul never dies, then technically you can give it as a gift to this woman. So she goes and digs up the gypsy woman's body and puts it in this envelope, which looks like a boyfriend's envelope where she has a coin in. And with that, she puts the envelope in the dead woman's mouth, and she's like, I'm giving you this gift back of this button curse, blah blah blah. She thinks everything's okay. Granted, this next day is the 4th day. The Llamas is coming to get her on this day. So next day, the boyfriend and the bank teller are going on the field trip. They're going on some vacation, not field trip. They're going on a fucking vacation to somewhere on a train. So she's like, oh, everything's great, life is awesome. So they're on the platform, and then the guy reaches in his pocket. He's like, oh hey, yeah, I got this envelope. I was like, where's my coin? I have this button here. And she's like, oh shit, I gave her the wrong envelope. And she's like all scared, and she's going back and back and back. She falls onto the train tracks, and then all of a sudden there's a train coming, and it's like, oh, it's about to hit her. It's like right there, and all of a sudden these hands come up from hell and just grab her, and it's fire and brimstone, and the guy from Jeepers Creepers is like, oh, what's going on? Crying. And then it just ends. It's just like, he's crying, she gets dragged to hell, crying, boom, black, darkness. Perfect ending. Drag me to hell, she got drugged to hell. I can't, I gotta say, I recommend the hell out of this movie. I recommend it for Sam Raimi fans, I recommend it for horror fans, I recommend it for novice, semi-interested in wacky movies fans. It's good all around. This was a great film, I think. It was really good, it was really well put together. Even for a PG movie, it was fucking awesome. Sam Raimi knew what he was doing, and he fucking did it. This was a good horror movie. It's a good movie all around. As I said, totally recommended. The only thing I don't recommend in this movie is that one I wrote down that's the same at the trailer for, whatchamacallit, that I Know What You Did Last Summer fucking remake bullshit. Not remake, but they just ripped it off. And the only quirk I had about it is, why didn't they just pass along the curse in the first place? That was, I said, I figured that one out, 20 minutes into the movie. So yeah, that's it. I don't want this running long again. This is my 3rd time doing this video. It keeps on fucking up, so hopefully everything's good. So yeah, I recommend this movie. Go see it. I got recommended this movie by the Spoony one at the Spoony Experiment. He did a big old video on this, a lot better than I did. So yeah, check out his stuff too, SpoonyExperiment.com, I believe. He did a review of this, it's really good too. Alright, this is Rich, signing off. See you sometime this week. I'll be doing DVD stuff. Bye.